Hey guys, what's going on? This is ggurface and I'll be bringing to you game number 2 between MorroW and IdrA. MorroW is playing as the red Terran player at the 12 o'clock position, and IdrA is playing as the blue Zerg player at the 3 o'clock position, and the map is Metalopolis. This is game number 2 in the Intel Extremes Masters Edition. Game number 1 was taken by MorroW, and he was very good at using micro and Reapers to gain and maintain the advantage throughout the match. We'll see if he tries to do the same thing this game. It's very important for both these players to remain calm and try to think about what the other player is thinking about, because that is one advantage that is even more better than scouting, I would think, because if you can guess what the opponent is thinking before they do it, you would be able to react quicker in most situations. Here we do see that the Overlord is scouting the barracks that is going down. Last game, game 1, was a 5 barracks build into Reapers, and that turned out to be a huge advantage for MorroW, and he was able to keep the momentum going and keep pressure on IdrA with his Reapers, and that's what helped them gain a significant advantage as well as help win them the game. So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to throw down the 5 barracks once again in this game and how IdrA will respond to it. Ooh, one little funny side note. Someone said that he was going to subscribe to me until we found out I didn't know the difference between right and left. I do know the difference between left and right and left. Left is on this side and right is on this side. See, I know the difference. Anyway, you should subscribe. So this SCV is scouting outside while he's probably going to hit IdrA's base. He's pretty confident, as we do see the rally point is around the hatchery. He did see the Overlord come over, so that's why he's confident. Ooh, IdrA might be able to lose this Overlord very early. That is not very characteristic of IdrA. I think he's not going to be able to escape from this Marine. He really needs to get into space. That's what he really needs to do. In the meantime, the SCV has scouted the base, since we did see that rally point around the entire hatchery, so he knows exactly what's going on. But he does not know about this hatchery that's going to go down. Would be a good time to throw that expansion down, and he does throw it down. Oh, but no, the SCV does come back, and the SCV does see it. So even though one SCV pretended to turn back, he turned back once again, and he was able to see that the hatchery is going down for IdrA. Very tricky play for him, MorroW, and very good play. At the same time, IdrA was supply block a little bit at 18 because he did lose that Overlord over here in the middle. Very uncharacteristic of players of this caliber. And we do see that IdrA now knows that there's a Reaper on the way for MorroW, and MorroW is charging forward with this Reaper. I think additional Reapers are being produced, and yes, they are. Metabolic boost is going up for the Zerglings at the moment, and we see only one drone on gas as he's focusing more on minerals. This one Reaper doing a little bit of damage to the hatchery, that should be okay. I think this is sufficient to deal with that one Reaper, but should additional Reapers come up, ooh, and we do see 2 additional barracks going up. Maybe we'll see another 2 go up as well. We do see these one Marine is trying to deny the scout from that Overlord. Let's see if this Overlord goes down. It would be huge if this Overlord goes down as well, because that would mean that he might be supply block again, as he is on 28 of 34. And I think that Overlord will make it. Yes, barely makes it out of there. Yes, barely makes it out of it. Wow, if he had another Marine, that would have been huge. He would have been able to supply block IdrA again. And here we do see the Queen and some Zerglings defending. We have one Overlord here, potentially a sacrificial Overlord that will fly over. This Overlord fly over space, even though he's almost dead. And here we do see these Reapers. These Reapers are extremely good at these edges. Any edge will give Reapers a huge edge, because they can hop one Reaper over, get vision, and use the other Reapers to shoot. So what you can do is basically what MorroW just tried to do: hop one Reaper on high edge, get vision, have the other 2 either here or here to take shots at your enemy. In the meantime, roaches are coming out for IdrA. Roaches are pretty good against these Reapers, unless they're off creep, in which case they won't be fast enough to catch these Reapers. Now we see a group of Reapers going into perhaps the main base, and we do see one Reaper. That is very key. We see one Reaper hop up, try to get vision for the other 5 to take shots. So even if that Reaper were to hop up and down, he would be able to get vision, and the other 5 would be able to consistently shoot. Because if all 6 were to jump, then they would not all be able to shoot. So that's why it's important to have one Reaper hop up first. It's a very interesting tactic that many players do not use, as they usually hop all of the Reapers up and down, and that is not the best way to do it. And we do see these Reapers coming around the edge of the creep, taking out this Minx statue. Maybe he does not like Minx, as well as Jim Raynor. And he's going to come in here and he's going to try to take one shot, two shot, three shot, three volleys, almost completely takes down one roach, as this one Zergling is going to the base of MorroW, and he will see additional reinforcements in the form of Reapers, and these Reapers are going into the main base now and catches the Zerglings off position, but these Zerglings are quick to try to surround on the creep, and now he's trying to micro out of this, and he is able to micro out of it without losing too many units, as he did take down quite a number of Zerglings. These Reapers not giving up. That once again, that one Reaper moving up first to get vision before the rest of the Reapers. Now he's going to try to engage this group of roaches, but he should really focus fire on this one roach. He can probably take down another one or two if he wanted to, and additional roach reinforcements do come, and he's take down one more roach, and he could have probably taken out, oh, he does take out one. He leave most of his units down, but he kept one above to maintain vision, and we do see Marauders coming out as well, stem packs, and stem packs could turn the battle if it were this close, and it is pretty close between both these players, as additional Zerglings and drones are being trained, and these Reapers want to come in and harass, as well as concussive shells being researched for Marauders at the moment. A scan goes off in the middle of the base, and he will be able to see that there is a roach warren, but he already knew that. He's just probably scanning for a spire or any sort of other changes in technology, and this one Zergling somehow managed to get past everybody and it gets into the base and does try to take down this refinery by himself, but this Marine will be able to deny him and prevent him from taking down the refinery. That's a pretty funny Zergling. So these Reapers, we can see that in this game, MorroW is focusing very heavily on his Reapers. He's constantly making use of these Reapers, and it's very uncharacteristic of high-level players of letting that one Zergling slip by this entire army and these two sort of burrowed supply depots. And these guys are trying to engage these roaches. The roaches want to get a couple of shots. They do get two more shots on the Reapers, and now we do see a nice size army of Marauders coming in for MorroW, and MorroW's want to get the advantage on the ledge and prevent the surround at the same time, and he does not want to get on the creep, because if you get on the creep, the Zerg player will have vision of exactly what's going on. And now he's probably going to engage. He does scan to see if there's any bailings or anything in the back, but there is no such thing at the moment. Well, I mean, bailings won't be the worst for this mix. Actually, a spire along with Mulus would be even worse, and which is exactly what IdrA's doing. Well, his thought process is much faster than mine. Of course, I'm nowhere near the level of IdrA, and we do see that pretty much the same build, 5 barracks and a huge ton of infantry, but none of these units can hit air very effectively, as there's a couple of Marines that can hit air. These Marines just spawned to take care of this Overseer that was watching the exact movements of the Terran player MorroW. We do see a nice concave of Zerglings and some roaches that he might want to engage relatively soon, as he probably expects something is happening, as there was a bunch of Marines that took down the Overseer, and now we do see SCVs coming in along with this push, perhaps an all-in push from MorroW, and he's going to head out with these Reapers first and try to do some damage, and these Zerglings are going to get surround the Reapers, but then decide against it because they see this group of units, and here we see a large attack's going to happen. These mules are going to be very key in this battle. If they can take out the Marines, that will be a huge advantage for IdrA, as he does not have that many Marines, and I think all the Marines have gone down, and even if he can wipe out all the forces on the ground, he can't do anything about these mules, as he have no units that can hit these Mutalisks in the air. Additional Mutalisks are spawning for IdrA, and IdrA is pushing these Marauders back. There was one Marine that was kind of like a sacrificial Marine that stayed back and tried to take a couple of shots at the Mulus, but he would sacrifice his life to not for very much, and these goals do show up in the nick of time and takes one shot at that Mulus and almost takes it out. Action heating up quite a bit, and both players are getting some upgrades, thinking about the mid and late game. And here we do see one snipe. Oh, he snipes 2 SCVs. 4 SCVs go down, and these two these two Mutalisks are very, very low on HP. We do see additional upgrades in the form of infantry attack as well as centrifugal hooks for bailings, and IdrA has expanded to his 3rd base, his 2nd expansion, and he's going to come in here once again to try to pick off the economy for the Terran player, because he did sacrifice quite a bit of SCVs in that last attack. He's trying to make him pay more for it because he doesn't have any turrets, missile turrets up, because he's too busy trying to rebuild his SCV count. Mule's flying in here trying to pick off maybe a tech lab, and yes, they're actually aiming for the tech lab. And these ghosts should be able to deter these Mules. As one Mulus goes down, second Mulus goes down, and he's probably going to want to head out of here, even though there's a good chunk of units for him to snipe, and he's going to try to snipe one SCV as he's leaving. He does snipe one SCV, but at the cost of another Mulus. Not very good exchange that one time. We do see some Bailings and Zerglings, and then these Mules are still trying to harass while the main army of MorroW is actually moving out. We do see additional Bailings being morphed in at the moment, as well as additional Mules. Mules are a huge advantage for IdrA as he's trying to stay in this game and try to even things up at one apiece. We do see a lot more Marines this time, but I believe IdrA is fully prepared for it with these Bailings. We do see a research for armor going up, but I don't think the armor is going to finish in this battle, as they're going to engage right now. These Bailings are heading inside. Mules are trying to mop up what's left, and these Bailings, wow, these green rolling balls of death take out all of the infantry. Now there's a good chunk of healthy mix of a healthy chunk of Mules are left, and now he's going to be able to have free reign over the base of MorroW, and he's definitely going to take advantage of that, knowing that he wiped out the ground army. He's going to take down these tech labs to prevent further units besides Marines from being created. He's going to take down one tech lab. He's going to take down these Marines that are trying to get a couple of shots added. These Mules, he could probably take down one more tech lab if he goes for it, but he's actually deciding to retreat at the moment, probably because a couple of Mules are relatively low on HP, and now he's probably going to roll out with these. Oh, he needs to wait for these Bailings. These Bailings are morphing in, but they're left behind in the army, and he's probably going to wait for a couple of seconds as these Bailings are being morphed in. And yes, he's waiting for the Bailings, and the Bailings are coming along. And we do see additional upgrades being researched at the time, but I don't think that the Terran player will have enough to defend this, as he did lose a lot of SCVs and he lost his entire ground army. And here we go, these Zerglings and Bailings are going in. The Zerglings are going to on the ramp and trying to take out everything on the ramp without going for the economy, going for the kill. They're killing all of the army units. He's swarming inside the base, and these Mules are unstoppable. They're going to chase down the last couple of Marines, and MorroW calls GG. Very nicely played by IdrA. Very calm, collected game. One apiece. Going to game number 3. Hope you guys enjoy that. If you like what you see, please subscribe. This is ggurface. See you at game 3.